What's up, friends? This is Jazz. Is this not an update video? But this is kind of a video, that I really wanted to do that isn't as bad to edit, and that is talking about more what I've been up to lately, mostly video game wise. Lately, I have been just into a mood to, complete games as much as I possibly can. And so, in games, this is kind of like a gamer's pickup in some ways, but not. I will spoil some of the games I got, but you can still see them later in the gamer's pickup, which will be years from now, because how I do this system. So, yeah. Now, to start with, I have completed Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I've beaten the main story. I've been getting as many Pokemon as I can, but I still do gotta collect Pokemon and battle some of the Masters Trainers. I bet the Pikachu Master Trainer, some of my other team Pokemon aren't as good against him yet, even though they're in their almost 80s. Yeah. I mean, I've pretty much completed, as far as I want to on this game. And I really did enjoy it. Again, I still think that Leaf Green and Fire Red are the experience, to play it. I mean, I know people really recommend the first Red, Blue, and Yellow and that. But just, guys, I'm sorry. This is the Fire Red, Leaf Green is the actual experience. This is, if I could rate the remakes, the original and the remakes, I'd say Fire Red, Leaf Green, Blue, Yellow, Red, and Green, the Japanese version Green, then these. I'm sorry, but this game I love, but is too watered down. And of course they have the go catch mechanics, which is really cool. It's different, but they cut out certain things in this game that just doesn't really sit for me. But yeah, maybe you'll hear more about that later if I ever do a more in-depth video of it. I don't know. Another game that I've been really into for a while, but I slowly kind of got back out of, but I might try to get back into it. Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns. Now, this was one of those farming games that I got into more than the other ones that I used to get into, like the Harvest Moon franchise and that. This was made from the company that had split with Natsume, was it Marvelous? Or they split and they made this game in the Story of and the Story of Seasons franchise. So I really never did play the first Story of Seasons. Yeah, ouch. But I played this one, and I plan to play the remake of Friends of Mineral Town, the Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. But my opinion, at least on this game, top notch. One thing I do gotta say, and this is more my problem than the game's actual faults, is that you need to be planned so well when you play this game. Yeah, you could go on the fly if you want, but your time with the game won't be as fun. I mean, you would argue that it's less fun having to plan everything to a T, and in some ways, yes, but you should at least have some type of idea when playing this game, even on beginner's mode. You have to look at a walkthrough. I will just say I feel so bad for those who played it the very first time. Unless they already were veterans in games like this. It's great, and I do love it. I haven't fully finished to the point where I had a child yet. I really gotta get to that. But I'm getting close. I got married several times. And I have beaten the main aspect of the game of proving your father that you can run a farm. So, ha, that in your face. But I never got to the point of having my child yet. It'll happen eventually. Like, I know. What else? What else have I really gotten into? Let's see. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I don't have a physical representation for that because I got the digital version, but I can show you pictures, maybe, from it. Maybe. I got a lot of snaps of it in there. I was hooked for a very long time playing that game. Building up my island. Beating, yes, there's actually an ending to this game. I actually got that ending. Now, I gotta say though, that after a while, I mean, I admit I did the time skipping thing, but really, when you get a game, you want to enjoy it. You don't want to, I know sometimes that's what you do, and like Tomodachi Life is like that too. You can only play so much, but at least there, throughout the day, you have something to do. Maybe. But you want to enjoy a game, right? You don't want to just sit there, oh, I watered my plants, oh, hi neighbor, I talked to all my neighbors. Now what? Yeah, that is not a feeling you want to have. But I do love this game though. It kind of gives you that relaxing atmosphere, after you build up the worst of it. I still haven't completely upgraded my house. I'm gonna have to get back into it to do that. It costs a lot of bells and Timmy and Tommy Nook. It's not so bad off when you're starting with the Nook's Cranny. Once it's upgraded though, every single day there's possibly an item 60 grand or more. Well, bells I mean. But, and I still have the 1,200,000 something to update for my house. Ouch. So it's one of those games that is relaxing in a way, but it also kind of hits you with the tough reality of it. Gotta pay off your house loan. Also, the Nook Mile system. At least the bells you can make more of. So, do I like this or the New Leaf better? It's really hard to say, guys. I mean, in some ways, this one I do like better because you can grind for your money at night on your island and not have to pay a certain amount of bells and go to Tortimer's Island and just fish as much as you can for that one trip. Yeah, and at night only. So, yeah. Although, I admit it is kind of easier in New Leaf to upgrade your house as much as you can because you can make a lot of money in that one trip. Almost guaranteed. And with each night is different in New Horizons. So, but I still do overall like New Horizons a little bit better because it gives the crafting mechanic, which is really fun. You can craft a lot of tools, a lot of furniture. I mean, as long as you have the recipe, of course. You still have that collecting aspect of collecting the bugs, collecting the fish and sharks, and collecting all the furniture from Nook's Cranny. Yeah. Why is this one of the games I've been playing to relax again? Oh well. Again, I do really enjoy it. Plus, I do enjoy New Leaf as well, as you see in the background. I have been playing that one, though, a little bit less, because I was focusing more on New Horizons, because it's a game I saved 91 bucks for, so yeah, I want to get out of it what I can get out of it. Alright? The only thing I'm complaining now is for some reason I am not getting that new update. Maybe by the time this video is out, I will have gotten it. But it was supposed to be released maybe on the 12th or 13th of August. Hello? Maybe my time skipping ruined me. I have no idea. But for some reason, I only have the July's update. And the update for August is so good. I mean, fixing a lot of things that would be very helpful to me. Like knowing when my tools are about to break. That is so annoying. Especially when you're watering the... Yeah. Guys, I've gotten to a point where I'm taking time just to water flowers. What is wrong with me? Let's get off that topic for a little bit right now. And I'm thinking I also, again, I'll show you pictures up above, been playing a bit of blue and red or yellow, you know. Let us say this before I go on to the next topic. This is a half, topic. I've been trying to get as far as I can in the game before I can get the Pokemon I missed in Silver. So I go between yellow and blue and red, to get all the Pokemon that I need, before I can trade over to Silver, or I can have an almost complete Pokedex. That's amazing, guys. This is the closest, I'm telling you, that I have gotten to a complete Pokedex. I can't get Celebi or Mew, unfortunately. Or, what else? The Mythicals is hard to get. But I can get mostly every Pokemon between all my versions. And you know what? Maybe while I'm at it, I'll get as much as I can to complete the red or blue, or yellow Pokedex too. I don't know, there's a lot less in those games, so the only downside is training a good team to start with. How do I put it? Once you beat the main game, that's fine. You can maybe go to the unknown dungeon and grind a little bit. But training for, I think the hardest gym leaders will probably be Sabrina and Koga at this point. Because once I'm able to defeat Sabrina, Koga not so much with Sabrina, I should be okay, I think. Because most of my Pokemon should be up to par by then. And then if not, I can get missing now. I know, cheater, boo, but come on, after training up to this point, I think I deserve a bit of a break. Right? But I've been enjoying it. I've been having an easier time than I used to grinding on that game. I think maybe since I did that Professor Oak's challenge those few times back, I've been finding them easier to do, to grind, I've been lately appreciating challenge a lot more. Doesn't mean I'm completely over my use codes or whatever, 100% all the time, but I'm doing a lot more on Pokemon without them. So guys, back on to what I was talking about before. This game that I played here is probably my biggest accomplishment. Yeah, my biggest accomplishment. Story of Seasons, more Friends of Mineral Town, or is it, no, Friends of Mineral Town, actually. I think it is. I don't know, it's More Friends. More Friends of Mineral Town. It's hard to see, but it is there. Can you guys guess why this is an accomplishment for me? Out of those of my subscribers who know me very well, which are basically the Unman64, maybe a few others, but for those who know me well, my brain is just kind of unfocused, lazy, not good with challenges. I got a funny story. Couple, actually. I started playing this game not knowing there was a run option. So, I played the first maybe a week of this game. About the first few days I beat a game, walking slowly everywhere and wasting half the day. Isn't that hilarious? You know what, that is my worst feat. Because it gets worse. How do I put it? I went through most of the game not knowing how to switch tools and items automatically without going into your rucksack. Yeah, Does it get much worse than that? Not very. I mean, and I figured this all out on freak accident, guys. I was going in and out of my rucksack, right? Like usual, I was in the mine. And then suddenly I accidentally hit L and was it B? Yeah, L and B, and suddenly and I'm like, did what I think happened just happen? And I'm like, son of a... Yeah. After I've tried a few times, I was like that. So it was near the winter of the first year before I figured it out. So, I've been going this whole time, going in and out simultaneously in my rucksack, causing me a lot more minutes with shipping things and using my tools. Well, one thing my aunt said did make me feel a little better about it. You know, that means you've played through this whole game not giving up without that, knowing that. Yep, I did. So, in some ways, it was a very stupid mistake of me, but it kind of gave me more tolerance, if you will. Yeah, I just remembered there is another mistake I made that was extremely stupid, and if it wasn't for this mistake, I probably would have finished the game sooner than I did. All this time, I could have been ordering from the shopping network from the very beginning. Yes, I couldn't have ordered, like, the fridge and the cabinet without the first upgrade, but I could have ordered the mirror and I think the clock. Right from the beginning, I would need the money, of course, but I could have ordered that every Saturday from the beginning. And then once the first upgrade was done, which really isn't that bad now that I've done everything I did in this game, I could have ordered the cabinet and the refrigerator and maybe the kitchen? Yeah, the kitchen and its utensils. Yeah, which is the longest list of things to get in that game. And, of course, I would have had to have the full final upgrade to get the big bed, which I need for marriage. But I could have had this done so much quicker if I didn't have to wait game weeks to order everything to get the big bed to marry the doctor. Yes, I chose the doctor, which, again, is the easiest guy to marry, I think, in this whole game. Because the cutscenes are the easiest to get, once you know it. But you know it, Matt. But, guys, yeah. All this time. But, I've learned things from it. If I ever decide to let's play this game, if that's my one choice, as you see in my update video, I'll be more prepared. Although, second time around playing something is always a tad less fun. But I am more prepared. Yeah. So overall though, how did I enjoy my experience with this game? I actually did really enjoy it. And honestly, I really do enjoy Story of Seasons Trio of Towns. Maybe a little more. But this is honestly one of my favorite farming games now. And I see what people like and love about this game so much. Because unlike Animal Crossing of any sort, which of course you feel somewhat accomplished when you pay off your loan to Tom Nook, but this game and a lot of other Harvest Moon games make you feel so much more accomplished when you succeed in something. Like when you get that Adamite for that maker, when you pay 60 grand per maker and actually be able to get it. It's great. Now, let's talk about all this stuff that Jazz had learned about working hard and go on to a situation that she's currently doing that probably pulled her back several several years. Steps back. Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Why did I say that just now? I used a code, guys, for the money. I know, boo. But I didn't do it right away. I did more than half the first year. Fairly. But it's one of those games that is kind of ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying this game isn't a good game at all. This is a really phenomenal game. But it's ridiculous in some ways. To start, you can only ship, eggs, milk, stuff you make from the processing room, which is butter and cheese. Yeah, that's all you can ship. And on top of that, you need to get your cow pregnant, and they have to give birth to give milk. Yeah. And the worst thing about it is that once you buy a cow, it needs to mature to get pregnant, which is like 20 days. Which, guys, you think, oh, well, that's not too bad. It's the end of the first. Guys, each season is 10 days. So a year is 40 days. So it takes half of a year. And to top it all off, when you give birth to a cow, it could be male or female. And if you get rid of the baby, your cow's affection will go down. They'll be sad. I mean, if you get rid of them as a baby, I'm pretty sure is what I mean. So you might have to wait another 20 to 40 days to get rid of something that is a waste of space in your barn. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You think, oh, well, okay, if you get a girl, fine. You can eventually get it pregnant. More money. But if it's a male and you already have a bull, I was stupid for not thinking. Because I ordered a star bull. Okay, and I used the cheat again. I ordered a star bull for I wouldn't have to waste money on miracle potions to impregnate my cows. I give birth to the cow that I have planned for. This cow I got pregnant for they could continue producing milk, the first cow. It was a boy! If I had waited just a few days to order that bull, but then again, it was a baby bull, so maybe that cow wouldn't have worked. So, guys, really, this game is one of those games that really, to be fair, is mostly focused on your child. Anyway, so I am still going to ship things and make money to influence my child where their direction goes. But this game really, it's only really the first year that matters money-wise, working. Because the rest of the time has to be spent influencing your child if you want it to go a certain direction. And even then, it can be iffy. So, I haven't overused. I mean, I've used it for stamina, but I have been playing fairly, for the most part. I've been watering my crops fairly and, everything else. So, but guys, in all, though, at least this game was more fair with the stuff. There's challenge and then there's unfairness. Guys, do I hate this game? No. No. It gives you something that no other Harvest Moon game really. Okay, so I suppose Animal Parade sort of gives you something, but really this game gives you something that no other game really gives you in the Harvest Moon franchise. Or the Story of Seasons franchise, or even Stardew Valley. It emphasizes your child. It focuses on it. You have to influence him or her depending on the version of the game you're playing and if you can get a boy or a girl. For this, I could only get a boy. But you influence their direction. They're the important thing, your family is. Not to get the most money. It's who you make friends with, who you show your child to, what toys you allow him to play with. They emphasize the love and bond of your child, and nothing can ever take away you die in the end. Yeah, I know. I'm spoiled, but how many videos have already spoiled this ending for you? Okay, guys, does it really spoil it for me? Do I still want to play it? You know what? Yeah, I do. But the thing is with this game, is that it's a game that should be played gradually. Just think of it this way. Each year is 40 days, which you think, oh, well, I played a whole season. That's only 10 more days than a whole season in the other. Yes, but this time goes by a lot more slow, in a way. Like, seconds go by seconds, and they don't go by every second is 10 seconds. So it's literally a whole, maybe 60 seconds for a whole. No, it goes by minutes rather than 10 minutes. Every second's 10 minutes, It doesn't go, it goes like 1, 2, like that up till 60, right? Then it goes to the next hour. So it's a little bit more slow paced. And as I said with the cow thing, you gotta get them pregnant, and they can only produce milk for 40 days after giving birth. So it's something, it's the thing is, though, when I watched PBG's review of this game, it does make sense what he said. The creator of this game wanted it to feel, this is what he felt Harvest Moon should be. This is what his envision, like he always visioned it to be, instead of what they've been doing now. So, in a sense, it's a masterpiece. But in a way, there are flaws. Plenty of flaws. Like, it's one of those games where you hate to do it, but you sort of kind of gotta use codes. Unless you're the type of person who has way too much time on their hands and never sleeps. And even then, let's just put it this way. Last night I played 2.5 hours, which sadly started at 11 o'clock till almost after 2. Oops. But from that time, I went from day maybe 4 of winter to maybe the 2nd of spring year 2. Ain't that long? So, guys, that is roughly 7 game days and 2.5 hours. There's 40 in a year! And chapter 2, which I'm on, is 2 game years. The third is 3. Then back to 2, then 1 and 1. So there's 6 chapters in total. Guys, am I ever going to survive this game? Will I ever actually complete it? You know what? I don't know. But I am going as far as I can. And guys, I'm just telling you, don't wait out for it. But if I do manage to get to the last day of the game, I am going to put my camera on that screen and record it for you guys. Not as a Let's Play, but as proof I did it. Yes, I used cheats for money and the stamina and tiredness thing, but I played through it. I influenced my child. I don't know what direction. Knowing me, poor kid is probably going to be messed up like Murray. Wouldn't that be stupid if that actually was able to happen? I mean, there's so many directions your child could go, but I don't think the hobo is one of them. But I mean, okay, I know I'm mean. There are generally people on the street, I know. I'm not saying this to be offensive. But Murray, literally, I caught him stealing my food from the storage. I lost a baby, a mama butter. Yeah, I know I didn't mean to let my child's calf starve, but for some reason it glitched out on me, so I had to use the milk for something. Literally, he was holding, like, he said, "Oh, look, man, you should get some food too. This is amazing." "It's mine, Murray." He's like, "Oh, it's yours." Really? Doesn't he know where my farm is? Hello? But then again, you see Murray in half of the cutscenes in the end of the first chapter, him going between the houses, including poor Wally and Chris's and Hugh's house, as they're going to greet you. And then you see your dog change. Oh god, that's funny. I gotta admit, I don't really like Murray very much, but he is a funny character too. So, another thing, you know what, just while I'm at it, last night I watched a lot of the endings of the game, because they're pretty much the same, only the career paths are different. And the funniest things is, I think who you befriend the closest shows up at the bar when you croak. I know you croak, that sounds really mean of saying, but that's what it is. You pretty much croak. And what is more pathetic is everyone, minus Nina, Galen's wife, the old guy's wife, outlives you, including Galen himself. Yeah, there's a scene in the bar if you're good friends with Galen, and he'll show up saying, "Oh, I can't believe he died before me." I can't believe it either. Galen, he's the oldest guy. One of them. Is he? He's one of the oldest guys in the village. Even over Ramona. Yeah, Ramona outlives you too, and Sebastian, who are 62 and 63 respectively at the beginning of the game. Yeah, and in this game, by the time you end, you're like approximately in your late 50s. Or your early 50s. So how old does that make them? And you start off in your 20s. They should be... Your dog outlives you. Okay, yeah, maybe a person I can maybe understand, people who live to their 90s or being 100, but your dog? What sense does that make? You know what, though? I've personally laughed at the comments people make saying the same thing. Like, how the hell did the dog outlive me? The cat, I mean, you have gray hair, wrinkles. You're old too. You could be even in your 60s. For crying out loud. I mean, technically, it sounds like there's only 10 years passing, but it's 10 game years, guys. Not the actual time passing, Your child is an adult when you die, and you get him as like a 3-year-old. So at least 20 years has passed. So 20, 30 years has passed. Or 25 at the very least. Gosh, everyone besides Nina outlives you. Including your dog. I mean, okay, yeah, everyone would be happy if man's best friend lived forever. But not only does the dog outlive you, he acts like he's not old. Like he chases Murray. Like he runs people off. Did the food I give the dog somehow have eternal properties? Same with Ramona, Sebastian, the doctor, Galen. Did somehow they eat some food that gives them eternal life? Because they barely look like they age. Well, Sebastian maybe a little bit. Ramona? No. I know I'm on a rant now. Just, gosh. And the worst thing about it is, if you don't know this is coming, I do. I knew from the very beginning it was coming. So I'm prepared for that ending. But if you were a child just playing it, you worked so hard. Oh, chapter 6 is done. I wonder what new adventures I'm going on. What's happening? I'm dead? Well, I bet you your child will take... No? All my work? I can't continue playing. Now, guys, in the special edition version, I think it's a special edition version, it is rectified by heaven mode. But imagine being a child who actually pushed their way through this game, enjoying it so much, worked so hard, unlike me who used cheat code for money, to have that happen to them. Yeah, I would probably personally give them a big middle finger and just throw the game across the room. Like the quote PPG's comments on saying he loves this game, watches the scene. I hate this game. Okay, I don't hate it. Again, I know this is coming, right? So I don't completely hate it, but gosh, that's what would be anyone's reaction who didn't see this coming. I mean, the game is tediously slow. So imagine pushing yourself, finally feeling like you're accomplishing something, getting into the groove of it, and yeah. And you know what? They do it off screen too. I mean, I suppose that would be a bit gruesome for a kid's game to see the character just die like that, but it also really hits you in the where it hurts when all the elders outlive you. But I suppose to be fair, you are a farmer and you work. Takakura outlives you. Yeah. He had to be at least in his 40s when this game started. I know 40s is young compared to his 60s, but he works just as hard on a farm as you do. Okay, technically you don't notice him do anything, but he probably is doing something. Just not anything that really contributes. Yeah. But he's a farmer. So he builds your stuff. So he had to have as much strain as my character did. Or more. And even he comments. Like, he sends letters or he talks to your father, who passed, by the way, when you start the game, before you started the game. And he says, "Were you there too? It was my time to go, man." Yeah, it was his time to go, man, not mine. Really. Your character dies before your father's friend, who had died also. I should warn my future child that death lies early in our family. Okay, yeah, I know, that was a tad cruel, but think about it. Your father died probably young. Your character was probably the age your son was when you died. So if this goes that way, by the time his kid has grown, but then again, he may not live on a farm, so, but you think about it, farm air is better than city air. So you die in the nice fresh air of Forget-Me-Not Valley. How do you think your son is gonna die? With the fumes and toxins of, of the city, like. But you know what, guys? I went on far too long for not just this video, but for this game. There is one more game that I had forgotten to talk about. So I'm gonna go over this slightly. Pokemon Ultra Moon. I have finally completed it. Guys, no, not a Let's Play. I can't say that's coming anytime soon, but I played it for myself. I have an extra digital copy. So, I mean, I'm showing you this because this is what I have. I have it right by me. I have a digital copy of the game, too, because I loved it. Played it so much I wanted to play it myself as well. So, I played it for myself, including the Rainbow Rocket storyline. Oh, guys, you're gonna kill me for this. Next to Fire Red and Leaf Green, maybe Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or no, maybe Silver, this is one of my favorite games. Yeah. I really enjoyed playing this game. I got attached to so many different Pokemon that I haven't used. Like, next to Umbreon, I think Sylveon might be my favorite evolution. I know it introduces it in X and Y, but, I like it okay with Boo X and Y. I actually fully use Sylveon in this game. Also Alolan Raichu. They were both amazing team members. I used Salazzle, which was also very solid on the team. Alolan Dugtrio, solid again. What was the Golduck? He was solid too, and Incineroar. Is that it? Maybe. But solid team members. I mean, Incineroar I've used before, I'm pretty sure. But still, very solid team members. I really enjoyed playing through it. I got my Pokemon. One Pokemon's almost in their 90s. Yeah. I'm training up my team, or not team, I'm catching as many Pokemon as I can now in the post-game and leveling up and evolving them. I don't think I've ever had such fun besides when I did the Silver Professor Oak challenge. And that's saying something. So, the only negative I have to say about this game is that during the first part of the Rainbow Rocket storyline, this is me, not the game's fault. The stupid rhythm, do, 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 do. The 4 little things where they show colors and you have to repeat. Gosh. But that's done until I do decide to finish a Let's Play of it. Yeah, I make a big fool of myself on camera. Yeah, that will never be good. But, guys, I'm trying to think. That is about it. Like, I've been really completing a lot of games, like Ultra Moon, Let's Go Pikachu. I'm trying to finish the Fractured Butthole. I mean the DLC, that and the DLC. I actually recently bought South Park, The Stick of Truth for the Switch. I am going to really get back into playing that because I haven't played that in years. About a year or two. So I've just played that and enjoyed it in a, more of a TV setting and not just on the computer. Plus, if I want to, I can handheld it too. So it's great having some of your favorite games of all time portable that aren't normally portable. And I am saving up money for Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. That game, that's why I originally played more Friends of Mineral Town to get that feel. Because I kind of liked the idea of the game, but I wanted to be sure I could commit to it. So after doing this game, I probably can easier. Because it has a more quality of life type of thing. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And I will see you guys in my next video.